What is going on, everyone? My name is B-Right and welcome to The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt review for the PlayStation 4. The Witcher 3, if you don't already know, is the third part of the series, Witcher 1, Witcher 2 and now The Witcher 3. It is a fantasy RPG open world sandbox game and it is absolutely amazing. One of the best open world games I have ever played. So now we've gone over the nerdgasm. In this video I will point out the good points and also some of the bad points that I think that are crucial in this review for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into it. Hope you enjoy. Let's start this review off with what is there to do in this game. Well, you can do whatever you want. You want to go and explore? Go and explore. You want to kill things? Go kill things. You want to do main quests? Go do them. You want to do side quests? There is billboards and many people to talk to give you those kind of quests. So the possibilities are endless. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. And that's a perfect thing in a game like this. Freedom of choice. It's not linear. There's nothing that tells you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And if you don't do it, you'll be punished. You can choose whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, and I think that is crucial in a game like this. So how does it play? The mechanics are sometimes a little bit glitchy. There was a case where I was trying to get a chest underneath the water and I did glitch out a little bit. I'll try and show it in the video whilst I'm talking about it, but yeah, I was trying to get a chest and it was glitching out a little bit. Also, when you go to pick up items, and sometimes it does glitch out and you just carry on walking forward instead of going straight to it and picking it up. So some of the mechanics on that point, they are a bit glitchy and I'm sure they will be fixed in due time, or I'm just doing it wrong. I will note, guys, that I am playing this PlayStation 4 downloaded edition, so this might be a little bit different on the disc based game. I don't know if there's any glitches with the digital content. I know sometimes it is, so take these reviews with a pinch of salt. It might not apply to games that are on disc. It's just the digital. Who knows? We'll have to find out. But besides the glitchiness, the gameplay mechanic is absolutely amazing. Let's start off with something simple like the horse. If you're on your horse, I think he's called Roach, and you're going down a path, instead of going your own way, instead of controlling it, you can just double tap X and the horse will run across the path itself. So it's got that kind of assisted mode, which is pretty cool because the map is absolutely huge. So if you do want to not fast travel, because there is fast travel in there, if you want to explore the world, you can just double press that X and it'll go across for you. The fighting mechanics are absolutely amazing. The combat I need to learn a little bit more, because when I was playing I kept dying all the time and it was only on the medium difficulty, so I need to learn the mechanics a little bit more. I need to improve my block and improve my other stuff. The talking dialogue in the game is absolutely amazing as well. You've got so many different options, and what is so good as well is whatever you do in this game impacts in future. Let me give you a little example. On one of the story missions that I was doing, you go and see a baron. He's this lord in this big castle and it's surrounded by gatesmen, gateswatcher, his men pretty much. Now a little bit earlier in the story I was in a tavern and these baron's men came in and picked a fight, and I had the choice between either paying them, fighting them, or walking away. And I chose to fight them, as you do, you know, it's a fighting game, so you decide to fight them. So I killed them all. Fast forward to the story where I'm at now, I had to go inside the Baron's keep, got to the main gate, and they said, "Oh, are you that bastard that killed these men? You aren't coming in, we don't want nothing to do with you." So, because I killed those men in that tavern, I had to find a different way inside this keep. Further on a little bit more, you have to go find this guy that the Baron gives you a mission to do. So you go there and there is a load of Baron's men out there. You introduce yourself, you tell him you're the Witcher, and because you are the Witcher that killed one of their men back in the tavern before, they fight you, which I got killed over and over and over again. So be careful what you do. Every choice that you pick in this game impacts what you do in the future. Don't do things stupid like I did. But if you want to kill, that's fine. I'll probably end up doing it for the future as well because I think it's quite funny. But make sure whatever you do, you will always have a consequence to it in the future. One of the important factors in some gamers' mind is the graphics. So how does it look? Is it visually pleasing? And when it comes to The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, it's one of the most graphically pleasing games I have ever seen. The sun, the moon, the way the sun comes through the trees, when the sunset, when the sunrise, when the moon's at the top, the moonlight shines on the ground, you can see the reflections in the water, everything that you'll expect with a next generation PlayStation 4, Xbox One or PC game. But it just takes that little extra step. Whenever you're out in the wild and it's raining, your clothes get wet. If you're in the trees, you can see the shade properly. If you look up to the sun, you can see the sun coming through all the tree branches. The sunrise is so nice. If you have this game and you ever play sunrise or sunset, just take a little time to stand there and watch it, because you will really, really, really enjoy it. Now, the reason why I was saying that sometimes the textures do take a little while to load in. Now, I don't know whether or not that's because it's digital game instead of the disc-based game. I don't know. I haven't tested the disc one yet. But sometimes on your dialogue scenes, when you're going through the talking and picking your options, sometimes it does take a little while for the textures to load up. Sometimes when I was looking at Geralt's face, it took a little while. His face looked like it was from a PlayStation 2 game before it loaded up, and it's the face that you see now. That's a little bit of an issue with the graphics. Nothing too major, something that would put you off buying the game, but it is something to be noted. Look out for these textures, because if you are all into the graphics, it can let it down on some points like that. Another thing that I have noticed, and for some guys this is a major factor, is in some of the game, whether it's fighting, exploring, if you're walking through a town, or if you're talking to someone, I have noticed a significant FPS drop. Now, I don't know whether or not that's the problem on the Xbox One as well. I know the PC you'll get 60 FPS, so that doesn't apply to you whatsoever. And I don't know whether or not it's because I downloaded the game as well. I had my suspicions because when I was playing this game, I was live streaming it as well. So I don't know whether or not that impacted the FPS until I stopped live streaming and carried on playing it, and it still dropped. So that could be caused by the game or because I downloaded it digitally. I'm not too sure. But I would say probably the FPS drops to about 17, 18 FPS instead of 30. But that is a major factor to some guys. It is quite annoying when you're fighting and the FPS drops, or when you're exploring, because it could glitch out a little bit, and if you're going down a certain path and FPS drops and it takes a little while and you could go somewhere else, it does get quite annoying. If you do experience it, you'll know what I mean. I can't exactly explain it whilst I'm talking to you, but just note that it could be a major factor. FPS drop, not so much for me, but I thought I'd note it because this is a review for the game. The crafting in this game is what you'd expect from a Witcher or any of the role-playing games that you've played in the past. It's very diverse, it's very in-depth. I still haven't figured it out yet, mainly because I did skip past all the tutorials, which I really shouldn't have. I need to go back there and look at them. But you can craft your armour, you can craft your weapons, you craft potions, bombs, oils, all kind of things. Which I really need to look up on, because my main problem when I play this game is health regeneration. That isn't an issue with games that I play normally, like Dragon Age and things like that. Your health is there, you've got a potion and that's it. Now, so far I have looked, you've got health regeneration, but they don't call it health, it's vitality. And you've got certain items like bread, water, onions, I think, that regenerate slowly over time. So the only way you're going to regenerate your health a large portion is when you're not fighting, and it will slowly regenerate over time. But many a time I've found when I go into fights with only half health or 3/4 health, and I die pretty much all the time, because I don't have enough gold to buy, or I don't have enough ingredients to make these potions or this bread and this water to regenerate my health. Now, I don't know whether or not that's just my own problem, and whether or not it's you guys are encountering it as well. Please put it in the comment section below if you do encounter that. But that leads me on to another factor that is quite annoying: gold or coin, whichever way you put it. I'm constantly finding myself with no coin to buy anything or to repair anything. Now, I know you say, you can go and do missions and things like that, but I've done pretty much every single mission in the starting zone, and every time you fight, your armor and your weapons like get durability damage, so you'll need to repair them, and it's about 50 gold to repair a sword, up to about 100 gold. Now, if you're doing that, doing quests, repairing, and also needing to buy water and food, it does get quite costly. And I have found myself in a lot of difficult situations where I need health or I need armor and I've got no gold for it. That might be something that I just need to improve on, but as I said, please put it in the comment section if you're encountering this issue as well. But I mean, it's not that major. It's just it gets quite annoying when you go into a fight or a scene when you've only got half health and there's no way of getting your health back. Let's go over the enemies, which are very diverse, very awesome enemies. You've got so many different aspects. You've got bears, wolves, ghouls, wraiths, all kinds of wildlife, all kinds of enemies. Certain enemies in the night, so if you ever go exploring at night, you've got those kind of enemies. You've got the enemies in the daytime. You've got the big beasts like the griffin, the two-headed whatever that is, dog. Oh, I don't know what it was. So there's a diverse amount of enemies that you can pick, and each have their weaknesses. Like I said before, the bestiary, which I've only just figured out, you've got a certain amount of weaknesses and strengths, that do's and don'ts when fighting these monsters, which do help. I will say, and I will beg you to do this, please read this bestiary, because if you don't, you will find this very, very difficult. It's not one of those games that you can pick up and just hack and slash. I mean, some guys you can because you are lucky as hell, but you need to study and learn. So once you've got in past the tutorial, have a look through your bestiary. Every time you fight a monster, it goes in this book. Get reading it. Get the amount of oils and things like that you need for certain beasts, so if you ever do encounter them on the road, which you will, you are prepared. While we've gone over that, let's just go over a few things that I think are very important. Not really reviews, or just little tips that I can give you, what you really need to do. One of them is, if you're in a town or a village or just on the road near some people, just stand there and listen. If you're in a town, just walk through and just listen. The game they've done this so well. The amount of dialogue that other people are having whilst you're there is just amazing. You've got a conversation going off on your right, you've got a conversation going off in front of you, a conversation in the back. You can hear people in their houses talking, arguments, fights, just everybody's talking all at once. Going to a tavern and there's like 10 different tables all talking about different things. It's crazy, and it's so good that it has that kind of realism to it. Then instead of walking into a tavern and people are just sat there drinking, like you get in some games, like I know Skyrim's old, but some games like that and other ones. But this one, you can just sit there and listen, and they're just having conversations. And some of them are quite funny as well. So that's the tip that I think you should know. Just listen to what people have to say, because some of the stuff is really fun. One final tip that I can give you, which I don't particularly like doing, but it needs to be done. Wherever you go, there'll always be ingredients and reagents, or reagents, as some people call it, for you to pick up, like flowers, weeds, certain types of rocks, things like that. Pick them up. Gather everything that you can. You'll see on your map there's little green dots. Pick them up wherever you go. I know there's a lot. Just do it. They're crafting materials, and you will need them eventually further into the game, or if you need to craft potions or oils or food or regeneration, vitality regeneration, you will need it. So don't make my mistake. Pick them up. It will help you a lot. And that pretty much covers it, guys. But thank you everybody for sticking to the end of the video. If you do like this review, please give it a thumbs up. Please comment in the comment section below if you're having the problems that I said in the video. Please subscribe. I've got a load of other videos coming out. I might do some Witcher playthroughs as well. I've got a capture device now, so I can record some gameplay footage for you guys. So if you do like, as I say, thumbs up, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I will see you in the next video. Thanks everybody for watching. Be right out. I did realise I just made a bit of a rookie mistake, so you might notice this is the copied video from the last little bit. I didn't give my final verdict on it. I would give this game an 8.5. It would have been a 9, but with the FPS drop and also the glitches and some of the graphics, like the face you saw on Geralt's face and stuff like that. Little bits need improving. I don't know how they can improve it, if they can. but it would be nice. But I would give that a 9, but just because it's knocked it down to an 8.5. But still, I would urge you guys to go out and get this. It's such a good game. You won't be disappointed. So thanks everybody for watching. Like I said, please comment, rate, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Be right out again for the last time. Bye.